Very good afternoon to all of you, and it's a pleasure to see all of you here. It is an honor that you've taken up time and you've come here. I understand that there are multiple press conferences happening today, and we've obliged and we're privileged that your presence is here and you've graced the occasion. I will not take much time. I'll try and keep it short and try and do it in as minimal time as possible so that you have time for further pieces. I will take you through what Transsion Holdings is all about. And when I talk about Transsion Holdings, we'll take you through the journey of Transsion Holdings. And let me kind of begin. So Transsion, let me talk about what the conglomerate Transsion Holdings is all about. We are a Hong Kong-based company. And basis our presence, we started our journey in 2006. We have presence in 5 emerging markets, covering 50 plus countries. And apart from that, we have 4 manufacturing capabilities, 1 in India, we have 2 in China, and 1 in Ethiopia. Africa is our biggest market, and we are almost like with a 38% share in the African market, so that's where we are. We have a total shipment base of approximately 130 million for 2017. We've done a revenue of approximately 21,000 crores in the year 2017 across Transsion as a holding company. Apart from that, it is not only the product, it is not only, I would say, the volume or the value that we do, it is also our service orientation. We have approximately around 2,000 plus service centers across the world, which means that we have a brand by the name Car Care, which we operate for all of our brands under Transsion Holdings and 2,000 plus service centers. That's where we are. Moving ahead, like I said, we started our operations in 2006 with the launch of brand Techno. When we did that, we moved to our first factory in Shenzhen in 2007, started our Africa operations in 2008, started our factory in Shenzhen in 2009. Techno was ranked amongst top 3 mobile brands in Africa in 2010. 2011, Techno became Africa's most selling dual SIM brand. 2012, we launched Infinix, which is our premium most offering from Transsion. That's what we did. And moving further, when we moved to 2013, we entered the smartphone market with Tecno, Itel, and Infinix. 2014, we also launched an accessories brand. When I say that, what we're trying to say here is that we're not only a mobile phone manufacturer, we are an ecosystem player where we have accessories, we have home appliances brands like Cinix, we have a Car Care brand, which is our service brand, and moving from there, we ultimately realized I would say, the importance of the Indian market. Let's talk about India. The fact here is we believe in a long-term stint whichever emerging market we go to, and basis that, what we also realize is that there is a scope for improvement and there is a scope for a long-term journey, specifically in the emerging markets, which are supposed to be growing at leaps and bounds. And hence we started our operations in India in 2016. When we looked at 2016, we only had Itel as a brand, which is our mass brand that we launched in 2016. But in 2017, we introduced Tecno, we introduced Infinix, we introduced Spice, we introduced Oraimo as an accessories brand. We have still not launched Cinix, which is our home appliances brand in India. Moving further, let's talk about the pyramid that holds for us. Itel, Tecno, Infinix are our mobile phone brands. Itel addresses the mass market. Tecno addresses the premium smartphone segment, which is between a 6K to a 15K. And focused on local inputs, focused on localization. That is what Tecno is all about. And Infinix is our e-commerce only brand in India. And Infinix, essentially, we have an exclusive tie-up with Flipkart. So that's what we have as our top mobile brands. Let's look at Transsion's growth story in India. It's just been around over 2 years. And we, as a company, are already at a 5% market share in Q2 2018, which makes us amongst the first 5 companies, mobile manufacturing companies in India. So that's something that we've achieved. Let's move to Techno. What do we do? So let me talk about when we launched in April 2017. We started from Punjab, Gujarat, and Rajasthan. and we had our learnings from those markets. We at that point in time were making for India, or we were making products which are made for India. But today we have our own manufacturing facilities across, and we also work with OEM partners to make sure that we manufacture in India. We understand the need of the Indian consumers, and going further, I'll explain what do I mean by that. And we have today an pan-India presence of 35,000 plus, in 35,000 plus retailers. Techno is primarily an offline brand only, primarily. Let's move to service. I think I spoke about the service orientation, and I think what happens is there is a slight issue with most of the brands when they come to a country. They do get into setting up the sales network, the distribution network, but what happens is service is forgotten. We've made a promise to ourselves and to the consumers that we do not start our sales operations until and unless our service operations are in place. So, pan-India, we have approximately around 958 service centers across 700 plus towns. So that's what we have. It is not only our products, it is not only the brands that we're talking about, it is also the promise that we have, which is very, very unique. We are very confident of our quality, and hence the promise of a 111 policy or a brand promise, which essentially means that we give you a 100 days replacement warranty, we give you a one-time screen replacement, and also give you a 1 month extended warranty. What does that mean? That means that you buy a product of ours, you face an issue, maybe, we are there by you, and in case you face that issue in the first 100 days, we will replace the product for you. Secondly, when we talk about one-time screen replacement, we're saying within a year, if you face a problem with your screen, you break your screen, we will give you the screen replacement free of cost. And we also give you an additional 1 month warranty, which is apart from the standard warranty of 12 months. So that's what we do. Moving ahead. Who do we talk to? I think we need to understand what kind of a consumer from a Techno standpoint do I talk to. I talk to a consumer who is a student and a first jobber, updated about smartphones, but challenged by his or her wallet, understands the smartphone domain, understands the smartphone category, but aspires to buy maybe a higher cost phone, but is challenged by the wallet and may not be able to do that. So that's something that that we do. Let's understand what does he do on a regular basis or she do on a regular basis as a consumer. What they do is, the first thing they want to look at when they go to a retail outlet, they want to look at the look and feel of the phone, the design of the phone. They open up the camera and see how the camera is performing. And once they get satisfied on these two things specifically, they pick up a phone. So that is the trend, and that is how the retail purchase behavior works. And what do they do with it? Selfies are on a rise. Picking up images are on a rise. It's not only about selfies. Let me talk about the rear camera also. So initially we were all talking about selfies, and selfies, but it is also about rear cameras, dual rear cameras, triple rear cameras coming in, and that also playing a role in the kind of images that we are clicking. And mostly people are outdoors and like clicking pictures outdoors, and hence we have some solutions that we will showcase to you going forward. What we're saying is, yes, camera is one key feature. Yes, design is one key feature, but it is not the only feature. The consumer is looking at, I would say, a plethora of other things that they want as basics in their phone. So for example, a fingerprint sensor, great selfie camera, dual camera, faster processing, more storage space, a beautiful design, and photos worth sharing. Why do we use a mobile phone today? Apart from just calling or maybe staying in connection on a WhatsApp or any other mode of communication, we also use the mobile as a professional device, a professional camera that can reproduce the best quality images that we can share instantly. So that's something that a mobile phone does for you. Now let's understand what are the problems they've been facing till date in the category. The problems that they've been facing is low light images. So what do we have? We have best-in-class low-light camera performance in the category, in the segment, I would say. Bigger batteries, because dying batteries at the end of the day are something that is a pain point for all of us. We don't want to carry power banks. We don't want to carry all of that stuff. We want a larger battery that can support. The other challenge is dull and dark photos, unclear video chats, and made-up skin tones. So let me go back and talk about Techno. What we did, sir, or all ladies in the house, is we've been working and trying to create algorithms that talk to the Indian skin tone. Let me talk about this a bit more. We have tested various environments and approximately around 100,000 Indian consumers in and clicked photos with them in different environment or lighting conditions. And we have worked around from a software perspective in and converted and developed an algorithm which gives real skin tones and which at the same time also manages to capture the various environment options that may be available. So a morning, afternoon, and evening, a nighttime picture, so that there is AI helps to do a lot of working at the back end to make sure that the pictures are real skin tone and they are clicked in the best environment kind of a scenario. So that's something that's there. The other piece is there is all of this may be packed in some other phones as well, but are they good looking or no? I'm talking to a young audience, and we're talking to a young audience. If we're talking to a young audience, we're looking at people who are looking at stylish phones, and hence that's something that we are looking at. The other aspect is an unappealing UI. You use the phone every hour, every time, every 10 minutes is when you're touching or using your phone. And if the UI is not comfortable or if the UI is not clean, then it becomes a problem for you. So that's something that we are trying to improve upon and work with. So moving ahead, we spoke about the problems. Let's see how we provide the solution. What we're saying is that we will always work towards providing the best photography experience. Best any light camera in our smartphones is what we'll be working on. And we will work on the consumer should expect from us more clarity as far as the pictures are concerned. The reason to believe is we are working towards latest technology, value additions and localization. I spoke about real skin tones. I spoke about service. I spoke about the unique promise that we are making. So let's move ahead. 2018, till 2017, there were some other parts of technology and features and other aspects that were coming in. 2018, there is, I would say, a revolution in terms of what is coming into the smartphones and what is it that we've seen. So this was what we launched in 2018 as a portfolio. Camon I was our first offering in January. Then we introduced Camon I Air and Camon I Sky, Camon I Click, Camon I Twin, and Camon I Ace and Sky 2. Moving from this, we observed that there are changes in the industry that are happening. And what are the changes? AI is coming into foray, and that is what is working in our favor. So AI is becoming more and more popular in mid-range segments of smartphones. Selfie camera with low light capability is the need of the hour. Dual rear camera with large aperture and pixel for professional-like photographs is what is coming into foray. Now, having spoken about this, let's see another aspect. The display has also seen a shift. The display has seen a shift from a 16:9 to an 18:9 to a 19:9, which has a notch. So did we have this? Yes, we did not have the notch in the previous generation phones, but do we have something to offer and showcase to you? Yes, we do. So that's something that we're talking about. So what are we presenting? We're presenting new Tecno Camon AI series, 3 new smartphones, Camon I Air 2 Plus, Camon I 2, and Camon I 2X. What do we have? And I think I'm going to make a claim, and obviously you can check the category for the claim. We have a 6.2-inch notch display that we will offer to you at an under 10K. There is no other brand right now which has a 6.2-inch notch display under a 10K kind of a offering in the market. AI-enabled selfie camera with low light capabilities. We will give you stylish design with glossy glass-like back cover and dual rear camera with quad LED flash. It helps us improve the picture in low light. So that's something that we will do. What are the 3 big pillars that we're talking about? We're talking about AI camera, we're talking about design and display, and we're talking about performance. So let's talk about the AI camera. We've been talking about the best any-light camera performance from Camon series of Techno phones, and this helps us create magical moments in any light. That's something that we're talking about. So let's talk about what is on offer. Dual rear cameras come into our portfolio with the new range, 13 megapixel, 5 megapixel secondary, 13 megapixel primary and 5 megapixel secondary, exceptional auto scene detection. AI dual rear camera, what does it help us do? Low light photography, AI bokeh mode, AI beauty mode. Let's talk about low light photography. A large aperture, 1.8, ultra pixels, which help capture more light and do a lot of processing at the back end of multiple pictures and give you the best output, plus a quad LED flash, which helps you click better in low light scenarios. This is what the rear flash LED and night algorithm 2.20 does. Perfect low light shooting is what it enables. Let's look at bokeh mode. So we're looking at an iconic bokeh mode. New range of smartphone use intelligent dual rear cameras with AI bokeh mode. It automatically focuses on the subject and blurs the background. Let's talk about what does the AI beauty mode do. Camera is optimized to the Indian skin tones, and like I said, we've worked around 1 lakh Indian faces in various environments to get you the best results possible. Helps soften the lighten skin tones, making it smoother and brighter. So AI selfie camera, front camera 16 megapixel, 2.0 f2.0, 5p lens, 76.4 degree angle. So that's what the selfie camera does for you. Let's move to Camon series AI selfie camera. So a low light selfie, AI bokeh mode and an AI beauty mode in the same as well. Helps you in video calls, helps you in clicking better low light selfies, and has a night algorithm 2.0. We've spoken about this. We've spoken about the AI selfie bokeh mode. Let's move ahead. Video chat flash. So I think let's stay on to this one. Video chats have increased, and we understand the importance of video chatting. We understand that there is a requirement of managing the light condition when you are doing a video chat, specifically in the night. So I am maybe a son away from my mother and I want to talk to her in the night. So we can use the low light or the flashlight to enhance or decrease the lighting to improve the conditions. Let's talk about design and display. So 7.9 mm thick and one of the slimmest that we have. Optimized body arc curvature, rounded corners, and a more comfortable grip. Let's talk about glossy design. Designed with wear-resistant polymer technology, elegant glass finish back cover. Let's talk about colors. So we have aqua blue, we have champagne gold, and midnight black. And like I said, under 10K, maybe the first one with a notch display and a 6.2-inch HD plus screen, 88% screen to body ratio, and 500 nits of brightness. That gives you better display, better pictures to see. Let's talk about performance. So MTK 6762, 12 nanometer octa-core, 4 GB RAM, 64 GB ROM as one of the core components. A battery, we spoke about dying batteries and the problem of the battery. A big battery that supports your calling needs, your photography needs, your entertainment needs. At the same time, what it also does for you, the AI optimizes the battery, bases the fact that how is your usage. So that is something that it does. This is something that we were almost the first ones to introduce in the industry. We were the first ones to introduce a 3-in-1 card slot. Initially, if you look at smartphones, it was a hybrid card slot with Jio coming in and Jio moving up in the operator domain. 2 SIMs are the basic need that you have right now. And a 3-card slot which has 2 SIMs and 1 SD card is very, very critical. Let's talk about security. Let's talk about what the AI face unlock can do for you. It recognizes almost 1024 facial features and unlocks the phone in a jiffy, keeps it secure. We are on an Android 8.1 and our own proprietary iOS layering on the UI, Android UI. So, notch screen, iOS 4.1 supports notch screen, which can present more content and more interaction area. And it also helps you do a lot of other things, like you can hide the apps that are critical to you or private to you. You want to keep them hidden. iOS helps you to do that. You can do fingerprint call recording, or you can do fingerprint camera, I would say a picture capture. That is something that can also be done through iOS. We also have a game mode, which is less obtrusive. When you are in the game mode, the other things might kind of be put up on sleep or on back. Let me summarize. So Camon Air 2 Plus, which is the entry-level phone that we're talking about, 6.2-inch, 19:9 HD plus notch display, 8 megapixel f2.0 selfie with front flash, 13 megapixel f1.8 plus 2 megapixel dual rear camera with quad flash, 2 GB plus 3 GB expandable up to 128 GB, 3750 mAh, dual SIM, dual VoLTE. With the new trend in the industry, this is something that we have. AI face unlock plus fingerprint, MTK 6761, and Android 8.1 and iOS 4.1. The price has already been revealed. The pricing is 8,999, sir. So that's what we launch it at. I would have asked you, if this slide had not come in, I would have asked you the cost. But this is the MOP at which we're launching Camon Air 2 Plus. So that's where the product is. Let's move ahead, sir. Camon Air 2. Again, a 6.2-inch, 19:9, 16-megapixel front selfie. That's the difference. Plus front flash. 13 megapixel, f1.8 plus 2 megapixel. This is a 3 GB plus 32 GB. The battery remains the same. Dual SIM, dual VoLTE. AI face unlock, MTK6761 and Android Oreo. 10,499, sir. And the pricing that I'm talking about here is all MOP. That is what we're talking about. Okay, let's move ahead. Camon i2X, 6.2-inch, 19:9, 16 megapixel. The back camera or the rear camera, dual camera is 13 megapixel plus 5 megapixel. We have 4 GB plus 64 GB or expandable up to 128 GB. Same battery, dual SIM, dual VoLTE, AI face unlock, fingerprint, 6762 octa-core processor, and Android Oreo 8.1. 12,499, sir. Now, yes, we've spoken about this, but we also have a geo offer, and there's a special offer to us right now. It may get opened up to the market as well. There is 50 GB of additional data, plus vouchers worth 2250 on partner websites. So that is something that Jio is doing differently with these set of phones, and they may introduce in the market later, but that's what we have. So that's all I have for you, but before I kind of move out of the stage, there is a small little video that we would want you to see and then move further in the day. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.